I used to say, I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe that, this hero of mine would, well, yeah, I could, because I pictured it.
Yeah, it's like a small part of you doesn't, of course, like,
right.
But why did I act like these Christian clubs that I was playing for 3 people, why did I act like that was an arena? Like, why did I do this stuff? I've always seen that. As like I'm surprised every time, you sell 1,400 tickets here and 1,700 tickets in Amsterdam, whatever, and you're like really starting to do it. And you're really starting to like see like the beginning of a sea of people. And it's crazy and I can't comprehend it. But then the other part of me is I always thought in second grade I talk about this in a lot of interviews and podcasts and stuff. But it's like, just sticks out in my mind. We did, when I grow up, I want to be a blank. Mm-hmm. And everybody, put astronaut. Believe it or not, there's no astronauts in my second grade class.
No.
Or MLB players. Shocking. Believe it or not.
Shocking.
Just these like these kind of crazy jobs.
Architect and lawyer and whatever their parents told them.
I don't know if there's any architects or second graders, but maybe.
Yeah. Wait, they hadn't read The Fountainhead?
I don't think they had yet, but maybe in 4th grade. But I want to be a singer, and I drew myself on stage with like a microphone and like this like little arena, and I've never ever considered anything else, even in high school. Even when I was signing up for college, I didn't go.
There was no backup plan.
There was zero. I pretended like there was. There was never one. There's never one. Not for a minute. I didn't think about anything else. I was like, I just can't.
Cheers, kids. Greetings. Welcome to another episode of Stories to Tell. I'm your host, Richard Marx. Cheers. At the end of a long day here in Los Angeles. How was your Thanksgiving? I hope you guys had a great Thanksgiving. We had a very chill, relaxed Thanksgiving. I don't know about you, it's my favorite holiday. It's always been my favorite holiday. No gifts to deal with. It's just about hanging out and being grateful. That's like the best reason for a holiday. I know that the origin of it wasn't that, but that's how I've treated it my whole life. And I think I enjoy Thanksgiving now more than ever. Maybe some of you who, the older we get, the more I enjoy it. So I hope you guys had a good one. I got a lot going on actually, as usual. I'm playing this incredible festival in India called the Golang Festival in a very remote part of India, where I will be this Friday night with my band rocking it out for thousands and thousands of Indian fans. It's been a long time since I've been to India. Last time I was in India, I think it's been maybe 10 years or more. I did a show with the Backstreet Boys, actually. This big outdoor venue. Every time I've played in India, the fans are just incredible. So I'm really looking forward to the show and coming back. May or may not surprise you to know that I don't generally listen to much old music. I predominantly listen to new music. So I'm checking out the new Laney album. I'm listening to the newest Tate McRae. I'm listening to Joe Jonas and the Jonas Brothers. I'm listening to, any number of newer artists. Not that the Jonas Brothers are new, but they're current. And I believe that whatever the algorithm is that is sort of created by the music that you listen to informs the algorithm that you see when you're scrolling social media. So when I'm scrolling TikTok or Instagram, I'm seeing those artists, but I'm also seeing all kinds of other artists who are sort of suggested for me. And this is what happens to you too. So I kept seeing this guy, Spencer Sutherland. Kept seeing his videos pop up. He's very hard to ignore. He's not what we call beige. He doesn't blend into the woodwork. Spencer's a standout kind of guy. His whole vibe, the way he dresses, his whole sort of public persona, really good singer. And I started to just see him. He started to pop up in my feed when I would be scrolling. And then I heard this song called Drama that I thought was so great. So I reached out to my guys who do the show with me, Jamieson and Matt. And I said, hey, what about this guy, Spencer Sutherland? And they were like, oh, yeah, I've been hearing about him. It'd be good. So I had them reach out to him through his, proper channels. And in the meantime, I texted my son, Lucas, who's always into the same kind of music as I am. And I said, have you ever heard of this guy, Spencer Sutherland? He said, yeah, I'm friends with him. It's like, of course you are. So the next thing we knew, Spencer was at my doorstep. And he is my guest on this week's episode of Stories to Tell. And it was really fun for me. First of all, he's a great guy. We had a really good hang, as you'll see. But it was really interesting for me, as an older veteran of the music industry, to talk to someone who is half my age, who's doing it in a totally different way and doing it really well. But you'll see that Spencer's approach to his career and achieving his goals is, he's fiercely determined, but he's using every modern invention and means necessary. It was really impressive to see how he is going about pursuing his career and enhancing his career and broadening his career. Plus, he's a really fun guy to hang with. And we both are obsessed with Elvis, which you'll hear about as well. So enjoy this episode. Subscribe to Stories to Tell if you haven't already. Tell your friends about it. And we will see you next week. But for now, please enjoy this episode with our guest, Spencer Sutherland. Cheers. Cheers, Spencer. What a pleasure, man.
Cheers.
And it's always good to meet someone. Oh, yeah, cheers.
There we go. Oh, my God.
That's the one.
That's unbelievable.
That's the Mi Familia.
Yeah.
So we're doing a little tequila taste test because Spencer said, yeah, I'm a tequila guy. I was like, okay, this is going to be fun. So I was thinking about, well, he might like this one, but he might like this one. And then I was like, let's just do a little tasting. So we have Mi Familia, which is my current favorite tequila, which I need to DM. Maybe you'll DM them for me.
Just let me log into your account, send a bunch of bad DMs, and it'll be great.
Cafe de Oro, which my wife is a huge fan of this one.
Cafe de Oro.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's the last one, I think.
Yeah. And we got Ocho.
The Ocho is really, really nice too.
Yeah. Yeah, this is great. This is perfect. This is exactly what I wanted on this late afternoon, and it's great to be here. Thank you for having me.
And you can chill out. Lucas, my son, and your friend is hanging out, so you can give it a little time before you jump in your car to get back on that highway.
Exactly.
I was thinking this morning,
how cool I am and stuff.
That is a component of what I was going to say. I knew we were going to get along.
And humble.
I
and
knew
how
we were
humble
going
I
to get
am.
along. I think it's really cool how we are all now sort of like a product of our algorithm.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you how that is with you, how it relates to you. I realize that depending on what music I'm listening to, because I'm always listening to new music, if I'm sitting in here with my wife having a cocktail, it's the Sinatra station. It's
Sure.
Dean Martin, it's Sinatra, it's Diana Krall, it's Bublé, but if I'm just listening to music, I'm never listening to old music. I'm listening to what's new.
Cool.
And maybe it's from those bands and artists that put you in my social media algorithm.
Really?
Because all of a sudden, I'm listening to Joe Jonas's new record, or I'm listening to Tovlo, or I'm listening to, any number of artists who I love who are, not that Tovlo's, new, but,
yeah.
And the next thing I know, you're in my TikTok feed and you're in my Instagram feed. And I'm like, oh, this guy's cool. This guy's really cool. I like his whole, vibe. So then I mentioned to Jamieson and Matt, who do the show with me, I said, this guy and they knew who you were. And I was like, I think this guy would be really fun to have on the show.
Oh, cool.
And so I text my son, Lucas. I go, hey, have you ever heard of a singer named Spencer Sutherland? And he goes, I know him. Like, I hung out with him. He stayed at my house in Nashville. I was like, what?
That's so awesome.
So
yeah, when he texted me, I was really excited because I told you this before the show, but I've been a fan for forever. And
well, thank you.
Yeah, this is very cool. The internet and like TikTok and Reels changed my life in a kind of a short time. I have been doing this for 10 years, sleeping on couches, sleeping on futons, sleeping on floors for a while, and just trying to like become, trying to like make the dream come true from Ohio. So
what was that? What exactly was that dream when you were in Ohio? You were from Columbus, Ohio,
yeah.
Right?
Yep, from Columbus, Ohio. I don't remember, like ever since I can remember, I always just wanted to be on stage. Like stage was my thing. And
so it wasn't, did you have like a mental bucket list of events, or was it really just the dream was, I want to be a rock star performing, I want to entertain people?
It was that. We got something to relate on because in second grade, I was doing my times tables with my mom at the table. My dad had one of those like 6 CD changers, you know?
Okay.
And he was like, I think he had like Green Day and something, Stone Temple Pilots, whatever. And I just like remember he was messing with it, and I hear the song Jailhouse Rock by Elvis start. And I remember getting like the hair on my neck stood up, and I was just like, what is this?
Yeah.
And I walked over and I picked up the CD, and I saw
the most handsome human being in history.
Coolest, sideburns, red pop color. I remember the photo. He's going like that sideways. And I was just like, this is who I have to be someday. So he was like the driving force. Then years later, I've done, the Elvis week, and I did the tree lighting like you did. I was talking to the Elvis people yesterday. I was like, guess whose house I'm going to tomorrow?
Oh, wow. They're such great people.
They're amazing, yeah. And
have you played the venue there at Graceland?
Yes.
It's really a great place.
And the green room's great.
Yeah.
And, yeah.
And they give you the glasses. And
I'm playing it in January actually.
Nice.
Again, yeah.
I love that. Is that part of your acoustic tour?
No, it's after.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're about to do an acoustic tour.
Yep, acoustic tour.
Because we have to talk about that. And I promise we'll come back to it, but carry on. The dream. So you
I think, and I just like, I saw people like Elvis and the Temptations and later like Queen and Elton John and Prince and like all these people that were these like larger than life icons. And it's always been about the stage. Like even when I write music, I obviously make it as honest and real as I can, but I want to make sure that it bangs live or it does something live. But that wasn't until a couple of years ago. I genuinely was like cutting my teeth for probably about a decade. And then 2021, I posted like a video and I stopped trying to go viral. Because when you try to go viral, you don't really
it's
go
like
viral.
trying to fall in love.
Yeah. You can't fall in love if you try. And and then I posted a video singing, and when I wake in the morning and I step outside. Wasn't trending.
It's trending now.
Yeah. But it was just like a 90s song, and I love it, and I just sang it. I didn't try to do anything to like make it a thing.
You sang it or you mimed it?
No, I sang it.
Oh wow.
Into the old SM.
Acapella?
No, I laid some guitar down behind it. And then I woke up and it had like 2 or 3 million views overnight, and I was just like, oh my God.
And what kind of following did you have at that point?
20,000 followers.
Okay, so that's like it's respectable, but it's not like
it's
not like you were the shit.
And then I started doing covers and I started doing open verses and just like, and then I would start to go to Trader Joe's and people would be like, dude, I fucking love your. Can I cuss on this podcast?
Yeah,
I can.
Fuck yeah,
bro, I fucking love your bitch ass, cool ass covers. No, and that was a really cool like time, and then I started going viral for my originals, which was even cooler. And then I started going, and I've been on tour for the last like 2 years, pretty much nonstop. And it's absolutely insane. It's insane. I've had quite the lore. Like I've done X Factor UK. I've done.
Right. I did my homework on you, and I saw that there was a trail of things that you do or the opportunities that you seize.
You didn't like my faux hawk?
Sorry?
You didn't like my faux hawk in 2017?
I saw the faux hawk.
That's part of the journey.
Yes, and discovering what your look is and what your vibe is. Yeah, right.
Great.
Yeah. Before I ask this next question, I will say that it's interesting to me that I've always admired and been fascinated by people who, from the get-go, had a vision for how they wanted to be perceived visually. Because and maybe it was because I started as a songwriter. I started behind the scenes. I was never, I always wanted to be a performer and make my own records. But for me, it was more like, I just really want to I want to live my life in the music business. So I want to do everything. So I sang background vocals on people's records when I was starting out. I ended up writing songs for a lot of other artists. I still do. And the one thing that I never really focused on or thought about was, what is my look? What is my vibe? And when I started having hits, it was sort of like I was playing catch up. I was like,
wow.
Because to me it was like, I didn't care about that. It was like, I'm just writing the best songs I can, songs that I love, that I hope other people will love, and that was clicking. So the music I was making and the songs I was writing were connecting with people.
Sure.
Obviously, my voice was the driving force and was the connector, but I realized within a couple of years that I was not nearly as famous as the songs.
Interesting.
And to this day, I think that there are people obviously who are fans of mine who've been following me my whole career. But then I think that there's this whole other segment of the population of the world who could sing you 10 of my songs, but don't know what I look like and don't know anything about me. And I there's a part of me that thinks that that's cool, and there's a part of me that's annoyed by it.
I mean, I get both sides. I think that's very cool. I mean, that kind of the art speaks for itself. You behind the scenes, you're too handsome to be behind the scenes. So
go on.
That part didn't work. Keep it in. Keep that part in.
Oh, believe me, I'm gonna repeat that part.
Just on a loop.
But I love that, even the artists you mentioned, in doing my homework on you, I see that, like, Freddie had a vision. Elton had a vision. I mean, and Elton is a great example of a guy who was like this little kind of overweight, not a looker at all.
Balding.
But he knew that he was going to create a persona that was...
it's unbelievably cool, and he's got a dream career. He's still doing it.
Yeah.
Which is wild.
I mean, he's going blind now, which is really heartbreaking, but...
Crazy.
Hopefully he'll... I worked with him a little... I not worked with him, but I've hung out with him over the years here and there, and he's so gracious.
Wow.
And when he's a fan of what you do, he's such a cheerleader.
Yeah.
And I've found myself in rooms with him where he's going, I love that, and he'll mention some song of mine, and I'll just, like, every time somebody who I admire that much, who knows what I've done, it's so mind-blowing to me.
There's not a lot of that caliber and that age, like that kind of an icon, like rock star like that. There's not a lot of them left.
No.
You know what I mean?
No, there's Elton, there's Rod, there's Billy Joel, but Billy Joel's very, I think, different.
Yeah.
And I revere him. I'm sure you do too.
Oh, I love.
Yeah, I mean, he was a huge influence on my songwriting too. But
Jesus, like, I
but
can't
you're right.
believe.
There's very few.
There's Mick, there's Steven Tyler.
Yeah.
Stevie Wonder, thank God.
Stevie Wonder. But Stevie, like Billy, I think Stevie's in a different category.
Totally.
In that it's not about his presence or his look or anything like that. Like I look at Rod Stewart, or I look at who's something you just mentioned?
Steven Tyler. Mick. Oh yeah, Mick.
And Steven Tyler. And they're still badasses. They're still in like late 70s and 80s. I mean, Rod's 80.
Yeah.
And Mick's got to be close to 80.
Style is cooler than I've ever seen it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's always been cool, but especially now, his outfits are,
yeah,
they're awesome.
I mean, sometimes he looks like Beetlejuice.
Good.
And proudly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he wants to.
Did you ever meet Elton?
No.
See, I think he would really love you.
I think so too. I think I just need to get on his radar. that vision.
Just DM him like you do the other.
Oh, believe me, I have. I've DM'd, unsent it, DM'd, unsent it, and DM'd again. Because that's my dream, like collab, like, you know.
Yeah.
The vision that you were talking about, having like a vision of yourself, like they do. I do think I have that. I don't think I've had it for very long. I think it's a relatively new thing for me. And it really was stopping trying to have a brand, stopping to try to like, because early on I was trying to write pop songs to be a pop artist. Like
I heard you say, you described it in a really, was it goalpost?
Yes, yeah.
I heard you say that in an interview and I thought it was a really great description.
Yeah, because
you were like, I was going for like goalpost pop.
Yeah. You know what that is. It's
I do.
And the ones that do it well. Adam Levine, Charlie Puth, Justin Bieber, that is golden. And, you know, like that's their thing. And they created goalpost.
Yeah.
I unfortunately just don't. I mean, fortunately, it's just not the kind of music that I make and what's true to my heart. I can make it, but especially my fans, they know when it's not.
Tell me about your fan base, like your diehards.
Well, it's expanding because of this kind of like rock edge and stuff, but I'd say it's predominantly female or like early 20s probably. And then recently, the cool thing has been these girls will come to the show and then their dads will be like in the back and they'll hear us doing like these key changes and guitar solos and we'll see them be like,
right.
And that's cool.
They're
like
not
that's
expecting to dig you.
Yeah. Yeah. And I've had some older women come to the shows lately and like get meet and greet and you can tell they're like groovy and like, they were like, I saw Aerosmith in 75 and like,
right.
It's really cool. It's really cool, but it's ever expanding, which is kind of the goal. You want to have every walk of life, everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When did you, because listening to your music and watching your trajectory over the last, I don't know, 8 or 10 years, whatever, when did you think to yourself, oh, I'm weird, but in a good way? What was that catalyst? Or was it just always the case? Because how did you go from approaching it like goalpost-esque to I'm not doing that?
The internet, yeah. I remember my first one as a kid when I was Elvis for Halloween in 2nd grade, and people were just like,
which Elvis though?
70s. I mean,
but I mean like white jumpsuit or black?
Yeah.
68 comeback special.
No,
or
I have okay, you know your stuff.
Yeah.
No, I had like. Well, the first one was like a cheapy one, but I actually do own like a jumpsuit that's the Burn in Love jumpsuit, and it's like, it's paid way too much money for it. And it's like
one his original?
No, but it's made
like,
the exact same way.
Gotcha.
Same jewels and everything, and like big belt. It's red with like gems on it.
Yeah.
I remember that was the first time I was out for Halloween. People were like, you know, Alexander Rodriguez and firefighters, and like it was strange that I was being that. But what you're talking about. The internet, like I posted my first, during the pandemic, it was like a weird, I almost like didn't care anymore. I was like, all right, well, I don't know if I'll ever be able to tour again.
Right.
So I remember I wore my first pair of bell bottoms because I loved like that
Only
style.
during the pandemic, really?
Yeah. This is new for me. And I wore them and I was so nervous wearing these bell bottoms to Blue Bottle Coffee. Shout out. I'm working right now.
Because if it didn't go well at Blue Bottle, you're fucked.
Well, I was walking down the street and I was like, people are going to look at me strange. I'm not going to like it. And the first person who said something was this older guy. He said, hell yeah, man, bring it back. And
so were they jeans?
Yeah.
Blue jeans?
Yep, blue jeans.
Boots?
Yep.
Chunky boots? Cowboy boots?
Just these kind.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
just like a little tight
paired with-
ringer tee.
Okay.
Yeah, you know.
It's a no-brainer though because you're so tall.
Well, and I got one compliment and then I just ate it up and I was like, this is me. This is me. This is how I've always wanted to dress. I've always been scared to. I've always, shied away from it. And then the comments on the internet of people just being like, yo, I love this shirt. I love how you tuck in your shirt or whatever. I love how your hair is like this.
Yeah.
I like your tattoos.
Well, you've got a total Jim Morrison hair.
Yeah, I just want to morph into him. It'd be great.
Yeah. Well, not except for the dead part.
Well, yeah, that part.
Yeah. And old Jim Morrison.
I know.
Was like old Elvis.
Yeah, I know. Just drinking bottles of wine a day.
Yeah. I mean, those
drugs.
Think about those guys. They were like such gods.
Yeah.
I mean, Jim Morrison was incredibly handsome, but like Elvis, for 15 years of his life was the most handsome person on the planet. And then you see pictures of the last 4 years of his life and you're like, how did that possibly happen?
I know, and the sad part is you can still look at his face and be like, I know you're still in there.
Yeah.
Like it's still in there, but the demons have become a lot. He's the first, kind of the first mega rock star. Like, he's like the cautionary tale.
Yeah.
Of a lot of things.
Yeah. Yeah.
Of substances, of finances, of
bad management contracts.
Yeah.
Yeah. All that.
Right.
So I guess what you're saying is that because of the circumstances of the pandemic, your sort of zero fucks about wearing bell bottoms to Blue Bottle was a metaphor for how you were going to carry that on into your career.
I didn't even think about it that way, but it was that.
Right.
It was totally that. And it was like, I almost, what I was doing wasn't working. I couldn't get more than 1,000 views to save my life. I couldn't write a song that didn't sound like somebody else's. And I thought that was the goal. I thought I wanted to have a song that sounded like Attention by Charlie Puth or something. Like whatever the big...
I mean, that's a great song.
I mean, it's so great, but we got one. We don't need nine more.
Yeah, exactly.
Just like we have a Justin Bieber. We don't need another one.
Right.
We don't want another one.
Right.
So, yeah. That was
so then how do you take that? Because I know you collaborate a lot, but do you write by yourself ever?
Yeah, I do. I usually start chorus ideas, and then I bring in the masters to help me.
Okay, so that answers my question, because to tailor your recording content, to tailor the material that you're going to keep putting out there, and to keep it fresh and not derivative of other people, it's got to come from you. Because, I mean, I'm sure that there are exceptions to the rule, but like usually when you do pull those kind of really super talented people who work with so many different people, that's when I find that there tends to be a little bit of a generic, repetitive,
you're spot on
thing. You know, no disrespect, because it's really well crafted, but I'll go, oh yeah, this is kind of what you did for the last 8 artists you got in the room with.
Right, and for a lot of those artists, it makes sense because they crafted that sound for that artist who made it the thing.
Right.
But I find that I don't know if there really is any exceptions. Like the artist has to come with at least like just even something like, I want it to sound like Billy Joel and Akon had a baby. I don't know, something crazy. Yeah.
Right. So that makes sense to me. So you, like, I don't know about you, but you're probably like me in that if you have a writing session at 1 o'clock on Thursday, Wednesday night, and even Thursday morning, I'm up early and I'm like, I walk in with 3 or 4. What about this? Because I never want it to be like,
we did this for you.
So what are we doing? You know, I mean, once in a while you walk in, and I'm always loaded with ideas, and once in a while I'll walk in, and this happened to me more so with my son Lucas than pretty much anybody else. I'll come in with an idea or 2 or 3 to show him, and when I walk in, he'll go, "I got an idea I want to show you," and usually that's the launching pad. Yeah. And once in a while it'll be like he'll show me this idea, and I'll go, "Dude, that fucking verse goes with this chorus idea I had already," and we were just like-minded, you know.
That's true collaboration.
Yeah.
When you walk into a room, and early on I had this, people were like, "Hey, we have this chorus written for you." It's just gonna be a pop chorus,
right?
You know what I mean? There's not a lot of personality. There's not a lot of identity in that,
and especially with someone who is so unique and specific as a performer. I would imagine that that's like the key for you.
Yeah, being I don't know if I'm gonna like call myself polarizing, because I don't think that's it, but I think that it's not for everybody, which is great.
Yeah.
I think that a lot of the industry is like, it's a little too theatrical to work. And my mindset is you're thinking what things work, let's make it be like that. I'm thinking of the scene from Bohemian Rhapsody when they bring in Bohemian Rhapsody. I mean, and he's like, this is not gonna fucking work. This is psychotic.
The biggest stars, the biggest and most brilliant and iconic artists, Bowie, Prince, all down the line,
Yeah.
didn't fit what was happening. That's the one thing that they all had in common.
They're trying to create a mold instead of fitting in the one that's
Right.
there. Yeah.
And the only drag about that is that you have to fight the gatekeepers
A lot.
tooth and nail. So are you still you feel like you're doing that now?
Yeah. Yeah, some. But I've been lucky, definitely lucky enough to have garnered like this like cult fan base that
Right.
I've been able to tour all over the world, and that's crazy. Like that's a wild. My goal was to be able to go to every city and sell at least 100 tickets, and then, this past year we went to the deepest and darkest parts of Europe, Poland and Italy and France and Amsterdam and all over, and every show was sold. It was amazing. It was like it's the only thing I've ever wanted to do.
And the only mechanism to promote those shows was you and your social media?
Yes, and I did. Pretty much, to promote them. I did a support tour with this boy band, Big Time Rush.
Yeah, I remember.
And that helped me a lot too. But it doesn't matter who you're in front of. You gotta do it right. And I study the greats, so I copy my favorites. I copied.
Right.
Bruno Mars did this interview, and I love Bruno Mars. He's
Me too.
like my favorite living artist.
I think he's my favorite artist on the planet too. I think he's the greatest singer on the planet.
I concur. Yeah. He did this interview where somebody was like, "Hey, do you ever get offended that people just say you're trying to copy Elvis, Michael Jackson, Stevie Wonder?" And he said, "No, they're right. Like I'm just trying to. Of course I am. Like, I'm just trying to be my 7-year-old self impersonating."
Right.
And I was like, "Man, he's not. He's just taking this and this and this and this, and that's what I'm doing." I just really resonated with that.
Well, Prince, I don't think Prince ever acknowledged it, but Prince was definitely influenced by James Brown and Sly and even Michael Jackson, probably young Michael Jackson.
Prince
Bowie had to have been influenced by somebody.
Well, not to always talk about Elvis, but that lightning bolt was his little shout out to Elvis.
Right.
Yeah. His Ziggy lightning bolt.
And Elvis, other than the fact that Elvis apparently was trying to emulate black singers.
Yeah.
There was really no one, I don't think there was, well, he did emulate his look after.
Tony Curtis. Yeah.
And even a little Dean Martin.
And some, the stars of that day.
And his vibrato was very Dean Martin.
Yeah, totally.
Right?
Totally. He was the only white kid in his neighborhood. If he didn't have a mirror, then he wouldn't have known.
Right.
And he just grew up and listened to only Delta blues, and that's...
Oh shit, we're going to have a whole separate evening where we completely nerd out about Elvis over tequila.
It's going to be the Elvis episode.
I feel like I've met my match, and because no one in my life,
it's really
am
bad.
the Elvis aficionado. There's no one in my friend group, there's no one I've ever met who knows more about Elvis than me.
You might have met your match.
I think so. I would love to, because my wife would be like, "Okay, check please," because she loves Elvis, but sometimes I go off on these tangents about like Elvis trivia, and she'll go, honey, oh my God, do you ever want to get laid again? Because this isn't going to do it.
No, for the Elvis episode, I'm Ubering here because I'm going to leave, and I'm going to get home and not remember that ride home. It's going to be great.
So, and you've seen every Elvis movie?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I had when I first started touring, 1987, I was 23.
So cool.
I go out and I play a couple of clubs, and then the first single hits. So now, like, it literally goes from here to here overnight, right? Now I'm on MTV.
Like you went from
all over
like
the place.
rock clubs to like giant theaters, probably.
I went from rock clubs to, from really gross, shitty rock clubs to really nice rock clubs, and immediately to opening for REO Speedwagon.
In like 87?
In 87, summer of 87, like within a couple months of my first single. Then we're playing Sheds. So I'm playing Sheds now.
Yep.
And people are showing up early because REO's got this great fan base, and they've been around for a while, and they're very successful. But I'm the new kid with the huge song and the new video, and
you got the heat.
Yeah, I got the heat. But so the first week of my first tour, when I'm playing these shitty clubs, I'm in these shit hotels under my name, because nobody knows who I am.
Yeah.
Well, a week later, right?
Hey.
Yeah. And I'm like, and so my tour manager's like, you need to have a pseudonym. You need to have a fake name for hotels. So I was like, oh shit. I went, Vince Everett was my first hotel name. So Vince Everett was Elvis in Jailhouse Rock for you non-Elvis nerds.
Dude.
So what I did was for all my career, up until maybe like 10 years ago, I was a different Elvis movie character name. I've been Tulsa McLean.
I'm going to tell you mine.
I've been Dr. John Carpenter.
Even Dr. John?
I used them all.
Dr.
John Carpenter?
Checkouts at noon, yes. Doctor.
Your tomato soup is running a little late, Dr. John Carpenter. That's okay, room service.
That's awesome. I used Elvis's pseudonym.
John Burroughs.
Okay, wait.
Yeah, I told you.
Yeah.
You know who else used John Burroughs, though? Trump.
I'm done using it now.
Yeah. Apparently he used that. He used that as a fake name.
Come on.
And I kind of was like, leave it alone, man.
Yeah. That's funny.
Okay, so I have other questions for you.
Sure.
Big Time Rush you opened for, but you've opened for some other major artists, right?
Yeah.
Or were they the biggest artists you've opened for?
Definitely I've done like radio shows with other people and everything. That was the one that like kind of changed it for me because I had figured it out. It was, last summer and I had finally like come into my own as an artist. And they had a Nickelodeon show. So they were very, very, very poppy and like very boy bandy, but the crowd is ready for anything. They're ready for whatever. And I just go up there and I strut my ass around and sing my songs and hit my falsetto, and it went well every night.
Well, and you set yourself apart from the headliner in
which
that
is
way.
Great, yeah. And I think they love that too, because and I became. We're great friends now, and they're I see them all the time.
Did you feel or sense a shift? How many shows did you do with them?
I did 12, I think, in the States, and then 15 in Europe.
Okay. Did you sense a shift in your attendance or your ticket sales or anything?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally. And then, it's like, it's one thing to get people to come to your show because they saw you open for this band, but then to keep them around is how you have a career.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, even like monetarily, like that's how you have your supporters. And so I've done 2 tours since then and had more people come to the second one, which was even cooler.
Yeah.
Maybe a combo of like them and online and everything, but I'm a big nerd about like, I know every venue in America and I choose them depending on like the vibe, and like I'd rather have a long venue than a wide. Mm-hmm. I know the green rooms, I know like what is close to, what coffee shop is close to, and I love ticket sale grids. Like I'm almost an agent myself.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah.
But you have an agent.
Yeah.
You have an agent you like.
Yes.
Who's doing well for you.
Yes. I actually just switched over to a different agent that I think I'm going to love.
Yeah.
We haven't done a lot together yet. We just started.
Yeah.
Why do you ask?
I ask, well, it's part of this next conversation I want to have with you because I'm really fascinated about this. And I think that this is the thing that I'm the most interested to talk to you about. I'm 62. I've been doing this for almost 40 years.
Dude, if I can look even half as good as you at 62.
Shut up. Well, you're going to keep your hair, obviously. It's
too much. I have to get it thinned out. But
that's a big part of it.
But I'm dead serious.
Thank you. Well,
so tell me
happiness, being in love, those things. Eating right.
Yeah, big one.
But I've been doing this for almost 40 years. And so I don't know how many people you hang out with who have been in the business for a long time, like I have been, but I'm much more fascinated about how you and artists like you traverse this industry in the form that it's in now. That's much more interesting than you asking me how it was, because it's never going to be the way it was. And I can tell you great stories about the heyday. Or as Lucas has, I quoted Lucas so many times years ago. I was having dinner with him and a couple of his buddies who were all musicians and songwriters, probably some guys you know. Mm-hmm. And the conversation came up about streaming and how there's really it's not a big financial windfall anymore.
It's a really bad.
I mean, that's putting it lightly.
Yeah.
And Lucas said, yeah, like, I remember like when Dad would write a number one song, he could buy a house.
Oh, man.
And now, if we have a number one song, maybe we can buy a case of Nutrageous bars.
not Nutrageous.
And maybe not even Nutrageous.
And I get a Granville in Studio
as
City.
funny as that was, there was truth in it, which was really heartbreaking.
Yeah.
So what's interesting to me is when I'm with guys like you, and I'm even more interested to talk to you because of the way you're handling your career and the things that you're accomplishing, the fact that you're touring around the world, even just that alone. Tell me how you are making this happen. How are you making a living? How are you touring where you're not losing your shirt?
Yep.
Like, lay it out for me.
These are great questions because when I started going viral, I had, like everybody did, every record label or at least 5 or 6 of them come, and we met with all of them, and some promised stuff, some ghosted us, most of them were bad deals. So I kind of did wait it out. I kept doing my thing, and I kept doing my, going viral and doing my internet thing. And then I ended up signing with The Orchard, which is a label with Sony.
Okay.
And while they don't give you a larger advance than some majors, I get to keep all of my touring. So the negative part about that is when I go to get my tour, I'll work with a Live Nation or something, and then the money for a tour bus, for the crew, for all the hotels at the beginning, like I'm looking at my bank account just know. But the good part is you get to, everything else is mine.
So merch is yours.
Yep. And touring and everything. And that's like my big moneymaker is touring. And luckily it's what I love to do. It's not like I'm like you are grinding, but it's not like I'm not wanting to do it. I love doing it. It's the joy of my life.
How many guys in the band?
3 plus me. Keys.
Okay. So you've got tracks, because I use tracks too.
Yeah. Because I got a bunch of big choirs. And,
right.
Yeah.
And the audience over the years, like I used to be like, you can't use tracks. It's not, I needed to be authentic. Now it's like, the audience doesn't give a shit. The audience wants the best experience possible.
Dude, not a lot of people like in your like kind of level of artistry, and people have been doing it for as long as you have, feel that way at all. Most people do not feel that way. So it's cool that to hear you say that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I mean, even when I do my solo acoustic shows, and I started out for years doing them, and I want to talk to you about that too, but
yeah,
I was really a purist about that too. Is that it was just me and a guitar or me at the piano. There were no tracks, there was nothing. And then I recorded a song where I had all 3 of my sons, because they play different instruments. We re-recorded the song, and they played all the instruments, and I filmed them in the studio, and then I sang live to the track of that, and it would get a standing ovation every night.
Yeah.
It still does.
That's really cool.
And then that was the gateway, and I was like, wait a minute, people are responding to that, and it also just breaks up the show. It gives you, it's more of a show.
Yeah, put some bass in the track.
And when I do, like I'm doing this, I'm doing a one song from this new sort of standards retro album.
Which I think is the coolest move for you to do, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
Big fan of that.
Thank you. Yeah, it was really, really fun.
Because that's what you love too. You love that music.
I do. I never thought of myself doing it, but I'm so glad I did it.
Yeah.
But even that song that's been in my rock show now, there's horns and there's all this, like, I'm using all those tracks. And the audience isn't sitting there going, wait, I'm hearing trumpets, but I don't see trumpets, so I don't like that. Like, those days are over.
Dude.
Nobody cares.
You're not going to hire a 12-piece brass band for one song.
Even for someone like me, it's not sustainable. It's not, you can't do it.
I was playing a show in Vienna, Austria, and it was the first time I was there. So we did blew out this like 300 cap, like cavern club almost. And I had a 2-piece band for this. So I had a guitarist and a drummer and a lot of tracks. And it actually hits really hard. We just did a halftime show like that, and it was great. But we were playing this show, and it was great. Loved it. Went back to the hotel, was looking through like DMs, and someone was like, hey, can you please just bring a choir next time and stop faking it? And I was like, and I responded, I said, yeah, no worries. And should I just send you the bill? Or
my Venmo is...
And he laughed. Luckily, he laughed and thought it was funny. But,
yeah.
I was like, man, it's not it's hard. It's hard. Everything's expensive now.
Yes, but that's why I want to zero in on this conversation for the people who are going to listen to this and watch this.
Sure.
You are out there, and this is just factual. You've had, you've got songs with good streaming numbers, and everything, but you haven't yet had the song,
not had the hit
that everybody knows and that was like a big chart thing, right? And yet you're out there touring, not just domestically, internationally, all the time, playing great venues, and you're grinding, but you're doing it, and you're doing it, and you're doing it, and you're building a fan base, and you're building a reputation. What people don't understand is that all those bills you have to pay.
Yeah.
Your band, their hotel room.
The flights.
Their per diems.
Yeah.
You have to pay for, in some of those gigs, I bet you have to pay for some backline items that you want. Like if you want to have video screen, like that's going to come out of you don't necessarily have to pay for it.
Comes out of the advance,
but it comes out of the advance. You're going to make less money.
Yeah.
To make a living doing what you're doing on the level that you're doing it right now is really, really hard.
Yeah.
So it's so admirable, but it's a testament to how much you believe in you and how much you believe in the dream.
I think if you put it that way, yeah. I think sometimes I don't even think about it, and I just it's actually really, really great. It's nice to hear you say that. Thank you for saying that, because it's like hard to kind of step back and look at, the fact that all these shows and places and venues that I've been this year and played, and it's a very, I'm learning things as I do it. I'm learning what makes more sense to pay for, and hey, don't wait till a month before to buy the flight. Like there's like certain things to do.
Right.
Learn that one.
Right.
Especially if it's coming from LA to Dublin, Ireland,
Yes.
then maybe, you could save $1,000 there.
Yeah.
But there's just, it's nobody knows that.
People don't understand
that, yeah.
People don't understand what it costs to make a record.
No, they don't.
Even if you're just making a record in somebody's apartment.
It doesn't matter. People want and should be paid for their time.
Yes.
Producers and
Mixers.
and mixers and players and mastering, and then you always got to get sweet green and then a coffee every day.
Exactly.
And then it's like, let's go to dinner at La La.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, you could spend, the fact that I'm even saying this, you could spend $1,000 to make a record, and you won't make that back.
I don't like hearing that.
No, but I'm saying that's reality. That's the reality of our business.
I know.
So but I'm only saying that not as a bummer or as a downer. I'm saying that for people who don't understand that even if you spent only $1,000 to record, put everything what we call in the box, which is all computerized, it's all sequenced, it's no live humans playing
no tape.
It's just your voice, which is authentic, which is your real voice. But you and I could make a record tomorrow, right? Mm-hmm. And we'll produce it together, so we don't have to hire a producer.
Yep.
I work for free.
Yep.
But we have to get it mastered. We have to we want a proper engineer because the programmer isn't as good as whatever it is.
Yeah.
And we only spend $1,000 to get a really hugely beautifully produced track.
Yeah.
The likelihood of you earning $1,000 on that song is microscopic now, and people don't understand that.
Yeah, in like a proper amount of time. Yeah, like that return.
It could, like if it were a successfully streamed song, you might make $1,000 in a year, 2 years.
It's not realistic, and everybody says it needs to change, and then it doesn't change.
Right.
Can I ask you, because you had hits when they sold CDs, records, cassettes.
I was right on the cusp of vinyl into CDs.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah. You had to have been way better financially.
Oh my God. Fuck. It was insane.
I'll take a drink to that one.
Well, no, I mean, you would make, this is the difference.
This La Familia is so good, by the way.
It's the favorite,
it's
right?
It's the best.
Come on, right here. Let's give him some love. Because you never see this in a bar or in a restaurant.
It's sweet.
I feel like I need to do a Richard Marx signature, Mi Familia. Just saying out there, your rep.
Clip it, post it,
What's it called?
cut the check.
Yeah. Do you know currently? You might know, because I don't know what the current streaming
Yeah, it's
royalty rate is per
well,
stream.
per stream is 0.0004 or something, but per million, it's like around $4,000-ish in Spotify, and 1 million streams for a new artist is almost impossible to reach. Like
Right.
getting 1 million streams is awesome,
Right.
and amazing, and so cool. But it's like 1% of artists. Like, it's hard to get 1 million streams. You can't put out a song. It's just unrealistic.
So when I was making records, to answer your question,
Yeah.
my first deal, because I got rejected by every label over and over, based upon songs that became huge songs. So it took me about 4 years of getting Endless Summer Nights rejected, and Should Have Known Better rejected, and it took 4 years to find some guy that just heard all the songs that everybody else rejected and really loved them and signed me to this, what was the equivalent of an indie label at the time.
Yeah.
But it was distributed by EMI, which was a big label at the time. So my first deal, 1980, I was signed in 86, the album came out in 87. It was a 1-album deal. They paid me $60,000 advance. I made the record for $50,000, so I put 10 in my pocket. I was very proud of that. I made my first album for $50,000.
I was gonna say, they gave you 60 and then they also paid for the record. No, they gave you 60 altogether.
60 including, that was, they gave me 60
No
grand.
tour support.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Just a check for $60,000, and I had to make the record out of that.
Where'd you make it at?
I made it mostly in this little, the shitty room at Capitol Records,
Oh, right. Yeah.
which was a great studio.
Yeah.
But it was like not the premier room.
It's cool that you're in Hollywood.
Yeah, but I would go in there it's like these old stories you hear. I was one of those people. I would come in at midnight
Oh, really?
so that I could get the cheapest rate, or I could get the engineer to work for half price, and we would work from midnight to 8 a.m. and then they'd kick us out because they had an actual artist coming in. Like, it was bare bones.
That's
right?
a cool story, though.
And then I had a lot of luck. I had Joe Walsh heard a demo of one of the songs and wanted to play guitar on it, and that was the first single. So it was like, there were all these stories that happened that were just beautiful
He's so
gifts
amazing.
that showed up. But the financial aspect of it was that because the first album blew up and was triple or quadruple platinum at the end of the day, whatever it was, they came back and were like, well, we want to do another album. And it was like, now the ball was in my court. And the first thing I negotiated was a higher royalty rate on my albums. So for years, I would make, anywhere between $1.40 to sometimes $3 an album, depending on the deal. So if you're selling millions of albums, that's real money.
A lot of money. Yeah.
That's real money, and that's not including, they get none of my publishing, they get none of my touring, so that's all separate ancillary income.
Yeah.
So
That's amazing.
But the fact that a guy like you and my sons, who are all musicians and songwriters, look at me and they'll go, that's amazing. Like, you guys can't even comprehend that.
No, not even.
It's heartbreaking for me. It's so fucked because there has become this shift over the last 15 years or so where people don't understand that there is cost associated with this music that you love, that you're consuming. They're human beings who are relying on you to support what they do so that they can eat.
Yeah.
It's become a really, really...
And also Spotify is the ultimate, necessary evil because it's the best streaming platform. But you're paying $13 a month, and then we're getting 0.00004.
I know.
And no one can make it better.
Let me ask you a question, because I've posed this question to a couple people, and I've gotten different reactions. I've had a couple of people go, that's just unrealistic and you're full of shit, to what I think your reaction's going to be. But there's a question within the question. The first question is, if the top 30 earning streaming artists on Spotify all got together and said, we're out. Until you make the streaming royalty rates commensurate with or equivalent to what sales royalties used to be 15, 20 years ago.
Even a quarter.
Or, okay, but let's just say, let's just
same.
beat our chest and go, no, we want what we got. That was fair.
Yeah.
We weren't being overpaid. That was what the royalty rates were.
That is fair, by the way.
Okay?
Yeah.
If the top 30 earning artists on Spotify all banded together tomorrow, how fast do you think that deal would get done?
Not very fast.
No. You really?
I don't think so.
You think that they would cave? The artists would cave?
I don't think, well, I think I'm being too realistic. It could happen, but they would never do that. And the record companies would never let them. I know, maybe I'm answering like everybody else, but I'm a little jaded.
It drives me fucking crazy because it would take one day.
You think so?
It would all change in 24 hours. If those 30 artists all agreed to do that together. Like, if I were on the level that I was 30 years ago, and we were in this situation, I would be reaching out to the 30 other artists who were all, okay, we 30 control the industry. We are the biggest selling artists, all 30 of us.
Even top
We're
10,
all going to do this thing together.
Yeah.
We're going to form a coalition, and we're going to demand this. And guess what? Spotify and Pandora and every other streaming platform is going to fucking cave like that.
I mean, yeah.
And
it would be awesome.
And they won't do it. Why won't they do it?
I don't know. I think maybe because they want to be, streaming platform darlings. But
they would be heroes. They would be lifetime heroes.
It's crazy because I have this song that, I've never had a hit, but it's the first song that ever kind of like moved the needle for me. My song Drama. And
so good.
Thanks, man. And it's the first original that people have come up to me in a Trader Joe's and we're like, I like your song, this song. And I think it's got, I guess just on Spotify, it's got 8 million streams, which is like a lot for me.
Yeah.
And if I had if we had the same, I could buy a house off that song.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's crazy that we don't.
What I love, to digress for a second, I loved when I showed Daisy, my wife, that it's the lyric video, but it's just the video, I think, for the song, right?
The one of me in my costume?
Well, you're just with a curtain behind you.
Oh, yeah, the lyric video. Yeah.
It's the lyric video. And I love that it's just one take.
Yeah.
I was ready for to be takes, and there are little moments in between where you're sort of like regrouping a little bit.
Yeah.
And I was like, I fucking love that. I love that because you're really performing it and you're doing your thing, but then you're sort of also like going
readjusting.
Yeah, adjusting and like.
That was in Memphis. We did all the creative at Graceland and at Memphis.
It reminds me of you ever seen the Elvis
screen test?
Screen test?
Yeah.
Was that patterned after that?
No, I mean, maybe. That was at the Guest House Theater. They have this big hotel there.
No, but did you think of it that way?
No.
It reminds me of it a little bit.
No, that's I think it's just a worm.
Clearly.
Yeah.
That's a really, really cool song. It's really catchy, and it's very, it's of a milieu, if you will, but very you. It's a really perfect extension of where you've been going.
Dude, thank you. Yeah. I'm a big fan of rolling my R's in songs and doing, I do it too much on stage. But I love that over the top dramaticism on stage.
Yeah.
And in my music, yeah. Yeah, it's fun. That regal rock.
Yes.
Yeah.
Who's the guy from The Darkness?
Oh, Justin Hawkins. Hawkins. I don't know him, but I want to know him because I feel like we could make some really cool.
I feel like we could have a good tequila night with him.
Yes, yeah. Do you know him?
I don't know him at all. I watch his videos on TikTok.
Yeah, dude.
Have you watched him where
his
he's
review or
his
like his
yeah,
podcast?
when he's
Yeah.
I like that he's 99% respectful and like he's not a hater at all.
No.
But every once in a while he'll be like, really? Like especially
Really?
what I love is if he criticizes something, he'll immediately go, okay, and he'll pause it and he'll grab his guitar and he'll go, this is what it should have been.
Yeah.
And why can't you just do, you know, and I love that about him.
I love him. I love his band.
He gets away with a lot because he's British.
I know.
Like
Maybe
we
I
would
should
get
just
away
do
with
it.
so much more if we could just be British.
I know, it's crazy. It's just stop doing it, yeah.
I find myself doing that, but I have too many British friends who look at me and they go, stop doing that.
I know what you mean. It's not good.
Please don't do that. You just sound like you're fucking Dick Van Dyke in
You're
Mary
fucking
Poppins.
dick, mate. You just gotta get drunk like this and be Jack Sparrow.
Yeah.
Mate. That's what tequila does to me, mate.
One of the things that I love
Rum.
about
Sorry,
you
man.
that I want to know if it's true or is it just your social media persona.
Okay.
You look like you're really having fun.
Yeah. Oh God, yeah. I'm having so much fun.
Like when you wake up in a hotel in Italy and you're like looking at the camera and you're singing or you're showing the view or I'm watching the way you, and I'm taking notes, by the way. Even for an old guy.
That's cool.
Every once in a while I see someone and you're one of them where I think, oh, I'm making a note. Like I can incorporate a version of that into what I do on social media. Because I'm very much myself on social media, obviously. But
yeah.
I think a lot of people are not. And when I see you, and it was one of the first things that appealed to me, other than just the music being badass and your voice being great, is that I was like, this guy seems like he's really having fun.
Yeah, I'm just always on Molly all the time. No, I'm kidding.
Isn't Molly great? You want to talk about Molly for a second?
it.
You've never done it.
No, I'm unfortunately like really, really fucking boring. Never done coke. Never done Molly.
I've never done coke either.
Smoked my fair share of weed, but obviously like don't do any sort of smoking for my cords.
I never smoked a joint. I never tried pot until I was 50 years old.
But you've really?
50. I never took
When's
a
the first
drug
time you did Molly?
until I was 50. When I was 51? No.
You had a hell of a decade there.
Not that far off.
Really?
The first time I did Molly was during the pandemic.
Oh yeah.
I wouldn't do it now because it's like, and I don't think I would ever do coke because I just feel like
it's a slippery slope.
And
there.
I was in the 80s. Like I saw all these guys just, it's like it holds no fascination for me.
Yeah.
Molly was interesting to me, but I wouldn't do it now because there's just, you never know where it's coming from and it can be cut with fentanyl too. And
shit's weird now.
So I wouldn't do it, but I did it twice and it was unbelievably fun.
No way. Did you do it at home?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
With your wife?
Yeah.
Oh, so that's perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's amazing.
And I'm not being a drug endorsee here. I'm just saying we're just two guys talking about drugs. And I was a drug virgin, like I said, till I was 50. And I've experimented just a little bit with like the usual. I've done mushrooms but Molly was unbelievably fun.
Are you a cop trying to get me to admit that I've been
I just feel like I don't want to get to the end of my life and think I always wondered with that.
Bring it out.
You know what I mean?
Let's do it on the air right now.
And it was very true. I don't know if you and I should do it, but actually, the people who I know who have participated in that have said by the way, it's not really a sexual thing. It's a love drug.
Really?
Yeah. Like if you're with someone, especially if you're in love with somebody.
Yeah, significant other. Partner,
then it heightens everything.
I'm sure.
But you could be just with a group of people who you adore.
Sure.
Who you're like-minded and you feel comfortable and there's something about it that's, I'm a fan.
Cool.
I mean, I don't think I'll ever do it again, but.
I like to say never, except for I'll never do cocaine because I don't need to. I'm already high strung and I'm already drinking 4 coffees a day and I'm already like,
right.
I need to.
Well,
chill.
that doesn't sound like the kind of drug that either one of us would benefit from.
No, this is why I love a drink because like just.
And also we have, I don't know how long you've been drinking, but I wasn't even much of a drinker until I was 50. This is all, by the way, because of Daisy.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't get drunk for the first time until I was 22.
Wow.
Yeah, I was not an underage.
Like my son, like my youngest son.
Taste any alcohol.
He took his first drink on his 21st birthday.
Really?
Yeah. Now he's a raging alcoholic.
Rock and roll.
I'm kidding.
I know. It's been a tough few years there.
But I am a fan of this because we can measure this.
Love it.
So we know, well, like, okay, we've had enough. Or, oh, I've got to drive, so I'm just going to have a little sip or none.
Yeah.
But with some of that other stuff, especially stuff that's synthetic.
Yeah, you kind of know as you start drinking more, you start to know like what does what and how much of this and how much, and it's easy to control.
Yeah.
But that's why I don't do edibles, because I'm like, I don't know how high I'm going to get. Who knows? Like, who knows? It's also a different kind of high than if you smoke.
Yeah. I've never smoked a cigarette in my life.
Do you go to a vocal doctor?
No.
My vocal doctor is like the best.
What are you trying to tell me?
No, I'm just saying you should go to this guy if you ever need anything. But he.
Did you have issues with?
No, I just I thought I was and I didn't. But then he was so awesome, and we do a scope like twice a year to make sure everything's cool.
Because you sing hard.
Yes, that's kind of like I was like starting to lose my voice, and then I started to go to a vocal coach to help me like not learn how to necessarily sing, but sing a little bit more properly and
yes,
and also just like conserve. Tell me he gave me a cool down and warm up. The cool down is more important than the warm up.
That's what Rod Stewart says. That he swears by it.
He's fucking.
Well, but he's notorious for the warm up and the warm down. He's very, very.
I won't talk to anybody for 5 minutes after. I just need 5 minutes.
He's really, really all about that. But then lately, he hasn't showed me what he's talking about yet. But he calls me Dickie. He said, Dickie, somebody did this massage. Do you know about this?
Is it just like because he's all like tense and he like?
Well, no, he showed me we were at a party at his house, and so he couldn't really show me, but he stood behind me, like he said, it's just in here. And he said, but you got to do this thing, and it only takes like 10 minutes and a massage, and it's here and here and here and here, and it's changed and he's 80 years old. But his example was, he said, I used to always put hot legs at the end because I need to warm up. He goes, now I do it third.
Yeah.
I was like, wow. You know those songs that we don't put too early in the set because we don't want to. Yeah. No, I take that back. There is a guy who lives nearby who's a vocal coach named Ken Stacy.
Okay.
And Kenny Loggins, I'm name dropping, but Kenny Loggins and I have been friends forever. And Kenny Loggins is he's the most influential singer of my life.
I'm talking to you right now, and I just want to let you know that I want you to name drop as much as possible.
Okay, cool.
I would love to hear.
I like that too.
I'm
especially
dead
if
serious.
People are super
Let's
cool.
like I'm not. I want that.
When I was in high school, when I started really becoming obsessed with Kenny Loggins' solo records, after he had left Loggins and Messina, and he did an album called Keep the Fire. That what it had This Is It, which is still played. This is 45, almost 50 years ago, whatever.
Insane.
And the way he used his falsetto, and he would hit full voice C's, and I was like, I need to sing like that. How do we sing like that? And so I never had any vocal coaching. My vocal coaching was just listening to Kenny Loggins records every day and trying to sing like that.
Hit those notes.
Yeah. Singing along with Kenny Loggins records was like great training.
Yeah.
So then I became friends with him, and we've written a lot of songs together. We're really, really close.
You wrote with him?
I've written a bunch of songs with him.
Oh, dude, what a cool, for me, like a masterclass of I love writing with people like that.
I mean, well, I'll tell you something because I'm all about manifesting. I'm like we're
going to write a song, and it's going to be a masterclass, but
okay.
Go ahead.
Yeah, great. Well, if you say so, we are.
For me.
Well, maybe 2 years ago, year and a half ago, he called me and said he was in the midst of, they were doing a documentary about him, which is coming out soon.
Oh, cool.
And he said, I would like you to write the end title theme of this documentary with me. And I was like, so here's what my outside voice said. You got it. when he goes, can you come up to Santa Barbara on Tuesday? Absolutely, buddy. So I drove up to Santa Barbara. Now, in my inside voice was, wait, the guy who I idolized in high school is asking me to write the end title song to his documentary. How did we get here? How did we get here? Yeah. And we wrote this incredibly beautiful song that is the end title to his documentary.
I mean, what a cool, like, that's what this shit's all about.
Yeah.
That's what it's all about, is like, if 15-year-old you could you ever imagine that?
I always said no, but Spencer, this is something that I've learned in my old age. I look back now and if I'm really being brutally honest, and this is tricky to talk about because it can come off as cocky and it's not at all. But if I were being brutally honest, the answer is, yeah, I knew it was going to happen.
I think me too.
There was some part of me that thought, it's like you know that the way you see your trajectory, the way you envision, and we're going to talk about this because I'd like you to identify it if you're comfortable with it. But the way you picture the ultimate success for you will happen because you will it to be. And I can tell already you're the kind of person that will make that happen.
Yeah.
There are not a lot of people that know how to make it happen. It's just happened to me so many times in so many different ways. So the answer to your question is, I used to say, I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe that, this hero of mine would, well, yeah, I could, because I pictured it.
Yeah, it's like a small part of you doesn't, of course, like,
right.
But why did I act like these Christian clubs that I was playing for 3 people? Why did I act like that was an arena? Like, why did I do this stuff? I've always seen that. As like I'm surprised every time, you sell 1,400 tickets here and 1,700 tickets in Amsterdam, or whatever, and you're like really starting to do it, and you're really starting to like see like the beginning of a sea of people, and it's crazy, and I can't comprehend it. But then the other part of me is I always thought in second grade I talk about this in a lot of interviews and podcasts and stuff, but it's like just sticks out in my mind. We did, when I grow up, I want to be a blank, and everybody put astronaut. Believe it or not, there's no astronauts in my second grade class.
No.
Or MLB players. Shocking. Believe it or not.
Shocking.
Just these like these kind of crazy jobs.
Architect and lawyer and whatever their parents told them.
I don't know if there's any architects or second graders, but maybe.
Yeah. Wait, they hadn't read The Fountainhead?
I don't think they had yet, but maybe in 4th grade. But I want to be a singer, and I drew myself on stage with like a microphone and like this like little arena. And I've never, ever considered anything else, even in high school. Even when I was signing up for college, I didn't go.
There was no backup plan.
There was zero. I pretended like there was. There was never one. There's never one. Not for a minute. I didn't think about anything else. I was like, I just can't.
So what are describe to me 5 years from now? Paint the picture.
Man, first of all, I'd love to be healthy and happy. But
oh my God, that's so boring.
I'd love to have 4 kids and a farm. No, I want to be touring at even a larger level than I am now. I want to be touring, and I want to have in 5 years 2 more albums out. I want to collaborate with some of my favorite artists of all time, and I really am living my dream to an extent. But I just want to continue it and just keep building it, and for it to be bigger, obviously, for a bunch of reasons. But this is what makes me happy, being on the road. I love hotels. I love green rooms. I weirdly love airports.
You love airport lounges, you told me.
Love airport
lounges. I do too. I love a lounge.
I mean, and I will go in there and I'll be like, you give me an hour and a half, I'm going to get drunk, eat 4 plates of food, have 3 espressos.
Perfect guest.
I'm going to go down, then back up and down. I am going to be the perfect guest. And I'm walking around, and, people are always like, are you in a band? And I'm like, no. I just look like it. I always lie to people in Ubers, because my name isn't on my like Uber app and I tell people that I'm a hot tub salesman. And I swear to you, and I know a lot about hot tubs now because of it. I know that like if you're not paying for the shell of the hot tub, you're like, that's the cheapest part. You're actually paying for the hydraulic
So you have
system
conversations with people about your fake job.
Oh yeah. And I'm usually like coming from like a concert or a bar, so I'm kind of drunk being like, it's actually the hydraulic system that you're paying for. And, you know, yeah.
Do you always or usually post-show have a little celebration?
Yeah, I actually, my celebration is mostly before the show. I like to have a couple of, you know, I'm a big vocal health person, so I do, it's gross, but I do no ice, just tequila and still water.
Oh.
Yeah.
Mixed or separately?
Mixed.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's not.
So you're cutting the booze a little bit.
Yeah, just like watering it down. So it's like, you know, and I'll do 2 of those, 3 if I'm feeling crazy. And then for the encore, before the encore, we'll do a shot right backstage. I'll do the encore, I'll come back. And then after, I might, if we have friends, I might have a couple drinks. But if there's no one, if we're in, I don't know, Washington, D.C., I know like one person, I usually just kind of eat half a rotisserie chicken and go to bed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dip
So
in
it's
hummus.
not, you're not going out after a show usually?
No. I will go to, maybe if there's like a cool bar nearby and I have a day off after.
You need to come on the road with me.
Are you the same way?
No. That's why you need to come on the road with
But
me.
I can't.
I'll show you how it's done.
Really?
Yeah.
You tell me what.
And I've learned from my heroes. Rod Stewart is a great example. I don't know why I always point when I'm having a guest here, and I reference Rod because, and here, can you show me? Can you give me that, Jamieson?
It's the coolest case.
So Rod has his own whiskey called Wolfie's. Shameless plug.
Dude, this is so cool.
And he started this whiskey around the time I became friends with him a couple of years ago. I'd met him in passing over the years, and every time I would see him, like we ran into each other at an award show or something.
Oh, it's so awesome.
I would just like be all fanboy, like I didn't know what to say to him. And the fact that I'm friendly with him now and we hang out and get drunk together. So this is what he sent me, and the bottle of Wolfie's is in here. It's almost like one of those like mint condition things. You know, I'm never going to open this. Like this.
Have you opened it yet? Do you know what the bottle looks like?
No, I have bought a bottle of it in his honor, so I've had it. It's delicious.
For the listeners that aren't watching and they're driving it, the case is like a road case for like musicians.
It's so really sexy, right?
This is perfect.
It's a rock and roll road case for a bottle of whiskey.
It's amazing.
And he sent us a little note.
He signed it at the bottom.
Yeah, Dickie. He calls me Dickie.
Oh, it's so cool.
So Rod, for example, thanks, JMO.
You're my Rod Stewart, Richard.
Has a, God, if only. Rod has a ritual, which is every show, at the end of the night, they come off stage, maybe somebody grabs a quick shower or a change of clothes. There's like a 15 or 20 minute cool down.
Yeah.
He does his warm down, as he calls it. Whatever that is.
Yeah.
And then everybody gets together and has a drink or 2 or 3 and a little bite to, and they talk and they go through and they just celebrate the fact that they had a show.
We actually, we do that on the bus mostly.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, we have
and
to
do you love your band?
Best friends in the world.
Yeah.
Same guitarist and drummer that have played with me for a decade. We're all from Ohio.
Nice.
We played shows to 2 people together.
My mom's from Ohio.
Really?
She was, yeah.
Where at?
East Liverpool.
I know where that is.
You do not.
That's deep. I know every city in Ohio. Zanesville and.
So she grew up. East Liverpool is like 40 minutes from Youngstown.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I grew up. All my family. My mom's family is from.
You're
there.
Chicago.
But I grew up in Chicago. Yeah.
Love Chicago. That House of Blues is my favorite.
Yeah.
It's the best one in the country, I think.
But you'll come out on the road with me. In fact, you should come to I'm touring with Rod next year.
Dude, I've already talked to Lucas about it.
And you'll see how we
that Hollywood Bowl show is going to be insane.
For me to play the Hollywood Bowl with Rod.
Have you played there before?
I've never played it as a headliner. I've played it as a guest. I've never played the Bowl. I've played just about everywhere else in LA, but never the Bowl.
Yeah, have you played at did you do an arena tour? Have you played?
Oh yeah.
Fuck man, that's for me. That's that's it. We've done it.
The reason I asked about and referenced what I've noticed about you having fun is that I'm very, very happy for you that you figured that out because I was younger than you when I was in that.
You were younger than 21? Crazy.
I'm just saying.
Boy, my arm's tired.
Too bad about the internet knowing how old people are. But I was 24, 25 when that happened.
Old man.
And for whatever reason, not for whatever reason, but for particular reasons at the time, I wasn't having fun.
Really?
At the peak of my career, I was miserable.
When I had those years and years of, I should have definitely quit a few times. I mean, I definitely shouldn't have, but there's a normal person would have quit and normal people did quit. I'm glad I didn't. I'm really glad I didn't because now if I go into a green room in Boston, the Paradise Rock Club, I walk in there and my writer is there and it's correct, I'm just like, dude, this is the best day ever. This is fucking awesome.
It's like small victories, right?
The bathroom's kind of new.
Right.
This is awesome.
Right.
Because I have closets. I have had no green room. I had to stay in my minivan and wait like in the cold while we ran the van before I went on. And I would just walk in, come off. Like I've done.
How about the gigs? I've played them where there's just a holding room.
Dude.
And then there's a staircase up to there's no dressing room. It's just a corner.
Yeah.
With like there's no bathroom, nothing.
And it smells fucking weird.
People don't understand what
I peed in bottles because there's no bathroom.
You do what you got to do.
I've done everything.
But the fact that you recognize that says something about your personality. Tell me about your parents.
I guess so, but maybe it's just because I've done it so much. My parents are just the high school sweethearts, the best people you've ever met.
You're close to both of them.
Oh God,
great relation. Are you friends with them?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. What's been really fun is like. My dad loves the same kind of music that I've like grown to love now. But he's also like, he's super, super into like the Ohio Players and like,
oh wow.
He's really into like he loves the Temptations and loves like that kind of stuff. So we send each other videos most days of that. And then me and my mom have gotten like a whole new friendship as I've grown up.
Are they still, they're still together? High school sweethearts?
Yeah.
How many years have they been married?
40.
Wow.
Yeah, my dad is 60, about to be 61. My mom's 59. My mom's going to be 60 next week.
Wow. And what did your dad do?
He is in like phone sales for like he sells like phone services to like colleges, like for the, or like corporate stuff. But
always did that.
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay.
Some version of it. Insurance at some point, and he's about to retire. They're both about to retire.
And your mom, did she work or?
She's the school substitute caller for Pickerington Local School District. They tried to replace her with an automated company 2 years ago, and it flopped. It like combusted because she's like, "Hi, this is Leslie with Pickerington School." She's so sweet, right. and people like miss talking to her. They didn't want to hear, "Hello, this is."
Right.
Yeah, they're.
That makes sense though. That you had.
I have two brothers, older and younger. I'm in the middle, which makes sense that I'm the attention whore.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like Lucas.
I like Lucas,
who's over there. That makes total sense to me, and good for you.
I'm so lucky. There's not a lot of friends that have parents that have stayed together for their whole life and just in general been happy. So that's been really cool. And they still are they couldn't live without each other.
Have they traveled with you much?
Yeah, the first time they ever left the country was to come see me when I was doing the X Factor in the UK.
Oh, wow.
And then they've come, they went over to the UK to see me last year on tour. And they've been all over the States to see me, everywhere. In Chicago and Nashville and New York.
They still live in Ohio?
Yeah.
Wow.
Still in Columbus, yeah.
I'm really happy for you, man. Like I'm really, really. I had a feeling about you, and then the coincidence of Lucas knowing you, and
that's just, it's meant to be that we're supposed to hang and talk, and I love that. And I obviously knew that you were great just from Lucas because he's such a hilarious and nice guy, and
he's really pretty special dude.
For every like ridiculous, could never say in public conversation that we've had equal amounts of like heart to heart and really great. He's a really great guy.
Yeah. He's like, fantastic. When he's your friend, you have a gold mine.
Yeah. And we're new friends too.
Yeah.
So it's cool that we've gotten so close so quick, but Yeah, we're gonna make some music together.
For sure.
It's gonna be great.
So I don't know if you've seen any episodes that I've done of the show, but I always give my guest the gift of vinyl.
Really?
Yeah. So
what does that mean?
it means that I give you a piece of vinyl, whether you have a means to play it or not.
Oh, I do. I love vinyl.
So this is something I really thought about it, and there were so many options when it came to you, but I just went with the album that was probably the most. There were two albums when I was young that I would point to as being the most influential on me becoming a songwriter. And I just went with one of these two. The first one was Paul Simon's Still Crazy After All These Years.
Well, I love Paul Simon.
But the second one was this one.
Dude,
And I don't know if you have this on
I
vinyl.
don't have this. Is this actually mine to keep?
Yeah.
Seriously?
Yeah. Got it from Amoeba.
Dude, this is amazing.
Because I actually have mine. I wouldn't ever part with it. But
This is so cool, man. Thank you.
that album, that's Billy Joel's 52nd Street, by the way, for the people who
this
can't
is one
see
with
this.
Zanzibar. Yeah.
Yeah, oh my God, you just said my favorite song on the record.
Really?
Yeah. Stiletto, Zanzibar, but it's also got My Life,
Yeah, the
and
hit.
Honesty, and there was one other.
1978 CBS Columbia. Oh, this
I was
is
15.
amazing, man.
That's the year that I started writing songs.
Dude, thank you for this. This is the best podcast I've ever done. Tequila and a vinyl and a great conversation.
Yes.
It's fantastic.
Well, enjoy, and I love that. I feel like I'm already going to be part of your life because Lucas is in your life.
Dude, yeah, we've got a lot
And
to do.
I just want you to know that you have access to me. Like if you want to call me and go, hey, I'm going, like even if it's a business thing, you go, hey, could I just run something by you? Because this is a time when people like me are kind of hard to find. So
Very. And also I will take you up on that and I will do that.
cheers, brother.
Cheers. This is awesome.
Onward and upward. The sky is your limit.
Well, we'll see, but I'm not going to stop, so you're going to have to accept me at some point.
Congratulations, buddy. Thanks for
man.
being here.
Cheers. Look at this.